If you're watching this video, you've already decided to give this mod a go after all the noise lately, but you don't know what you don't know, right? This is the video for you. It's empty folder. Welcome to the show. I, just like you, once was a newbie, but I put the time, I learned a lot of things, reached a few milestones, and here I am, trying to relay all of this to you. Now, let's get the elephant out of the room and talk about the graphics for a second. I like to use an analogy that I use often when I'm convincing my friends. Imagine you're single when you're looking for a girlfriend and you're like, oh wow, look at this hot chick. I'll choose her and ignore all her red flags. Well, she's pretty and perhaps she will give you a good time for a weekend, but then 10,000, even 100,000 more bots will arrive and guess what? You'll get ghosted. That's Diablo 2 Resurrected for you. Well, PD2 is like that quiet girl in the corner that's sitting, that's often overlooked but has a great personality. She'll listen to your feedback during beta testing, she's gonna support you for 25 plus proven years, and won't let bots ravage her. That's right, we have a stable economy because we have no botting or third-party trading or wealth transferring and redistributing. You may try, but you'll get caught. Let's assume that you read the directions on the website how to run the game, and let's talk about drop rates and item filters first because it's really important. Drop rates in solo game are as you're in a player 5 game in vanilla LOD, but please let that not discourage you to engage in group mappings. They're actually pretty fun and valuable. You get player 9 drops, you get cool people that you can joke around and play with. Instead of the standard BAO games that you'll be looking in D2R, here you'll be looking at you'll be looking at games that I'll be calling maps, someone's maps. And usually the lobby created and the map crafter will relay his rules once you join, which is usually in standard row for items over east, and first Burstone Shard is going to be for him, just because he's using that Burstone Shard to slam his map. So of course the first one is going to be for him and the rest are free for all. You can use the roll function by typing .roll, and since last season you can add the actual name of the item or rune that you're rolling for, so everybody's on the same page in case there's several drops at the same time. When it comes to filter, I highly recommend Erasor's filter. It's very stylish, colorful and equally informing. Game is running, loot filter is set, you have your character name. After 2 hours of thinking, now what? Well, experience gain and level in PD2 is absolutely the same as in LOD and D2R. You level first at the beginning, then a Vivo, you do Tristram, you do Toms until level 20. If you want to catch up until level 25, you do Cows. In some occasions, if you're getting ran to hell, you can be doing chaos runs from level 25 if someone else is leveling you, but it's pretty straightforward if you're doing it from the very beginning. You can do bail runs in Nightmare, which are always pretty fun. So that's it, nothing that you're unfamiliar with. Don't be afraid to experiment in stats and skills, because stocking of Absolution can give you a respec. But be mindful, it can be sold for a ghoul, maybe a Vex. A Kara still gives you 1 free respec per den of Vivo completion, which is totally of 3 respecs. I recommend saving all your items and unique items. You have a lot of stash tabs to work with, just because later in the game, later during the season, you will learn the values of different items. It will be pretty hard for me to tell you which is more valuable, which is less valuable, so try to keep them all, because later you will learn that some items with a particular slam with the Warstone shards can be pretty valuable. So try to keep them. Things that you don't think that are that good, you can just skip. Save your early shards, as they're the initial trading currency. Same applies to flawless games, skulls and low runes. Pretty much everything that's in your bank stash now. Keep in mind that stacks of 50 of small runes and gems may go from east to a ghoul throughout the whole entirety of the season. They're very popular among crafters. Talking about that use of PD2 Wiki, has the recipes and a very nice spreadsheet of what you can use and how you can create all of these crafting items that you may be having until the end of the season. Use the number 0 that's on your keyboard, not on your keypad, to inspect other players' gear. So if they're rich, you can beg them for free. Please don't do that. Also, you can use the number 8 to see the advanced slash tab. For your character, you can check all the breakpoints and etc. You can also check the same stats on your mercenary if you have his or her inventory open. Talking about that, our Merc also have few extra slots for items, so don't forget to check these out. Let's talk a little bit about trading. Trading is a very big part of Project Diablo 2 and is actually one of my stronger sides. Understanding Diablo 2 economy is always been my priority, and I also have a video if you'd like to check out. Trading is not the same as it's in Diablo 2 Resurrected, not even as it was in LOD. Everyone here is pretty amazing. You can drop items on the floor and expect for currency. I've never encountered any scams or any attempts. People are actually pretty nice. The trading website that they've created is absolutely amazing. It's very easy to do. You can link items from your characters directly to the website, so you don't have to type anything but your price. It's really a breeze to trade, considering that this game is 20 years old. Endgame actually starts when you're level 80. My advice is please use the guides if you want to be efficient. My first time playing PD2, I thought that I know it all, I thought that I was experienced, and honestly I got slept left and right for several days. There are actually a lot of changes to the spells and skills. I strongly advise to have the PD2 wiki open at all times. It's very helpful. You can find all the resources, you can find the spells, the change log of the spells, items, rune words, and also guides. Another things I wanted to mention is that a lot of builds require some items to mature and to be efficient in maps. So you're not really missing out if some of the people who are playing maps and you're still doing chaos runs or trav runs or any of the other 85 new level areas that we have. You can also be farming for keys, boss materials, or you could be even farming token fragments. Remember that while in Diablo 2 Resurrected your end game was usually getting an Enigma or an Infinity, here in PD2 this is when your end game actually starts and you're barely scratching the surface. But more on this a little bit later. There is no more sitting in bail games begging for people to play their character. Now you can go into one of these games that we spoke about earlier. You can join, you can say hi, you can start playing with other people, and you can be absolutely safe that if there is an item that drops, no one is just gonna grab it and just leave. This won't happen. When it comes to maps, if you want to run maps by yourself, tier 1 maps will be your best friends. When you complete the campaign, Annie is gonna give you one map, and also she's gonna be the lady to sell you all of the crafting materials that are required for you to craft some of your white maps to magic and magic to rare. A quick advice I can give you is that you don't have to slam every map. Of course, every map that you slam is going to be 100% in a positive way. You cannot break it, but just try to improve on the maps, that have over 60-70% density, and maybe skip the maps that have extra HP to the mobs or extra deadly strike, cursing knights, or souls. Let's talk briefly about corruptions. All endgame items are corrupted. You're never gonna find an item that's not gonna have slam on it. There's 25% chance that you will destroy the item that you found, but there is also several tiers of slams. It's not absolutely unpredictably as it's in Path of Exile. You can find the chart of the slams that you can get on each item on the PD2 wiki again. And usually there are 3 tiers, while the tier 3 slams are a little bit more rare. Majority of the cases that would be, let's say, 1 to all skills, or maximum resistances or maximum life, which equals a Jaron. But you can find the details on this, as I said, on the PD2 website. I advise to not rush to slam every item that you get. Keep your shards as a trading currency at the beginning, and keep some of the items until you learn the value of them, as I said earlier, while the season progresses. PvP. PvP in PD2 is actually not that. There are many quality of life improvements. There is an Akara in one of the arenas that are now existing that you can get in and do. There are mid-level raw grand charms and small charms that are gonna populate your inventory if you just wanna get straight in with the items you have. Maybe you have a friend that you wanna duel and you wanna be on the same level. So it's pretty easily made, and you can get right into it. If you've never done PvP in regular LOD, maybe now is the chance. And a few words about the community. Everybody here is pretty amazing. As I said earlier, it's like you're running a small town. Everybody knows each other. Almost everybody is nice and respectful to each other. There is no bullshit. There is no stealing, botting, and all that crap. Also, this is the place that I'd like to mention that Item Showcase is probably the most popular sub. Please, for the love of God, don't show your mid-tier garbage items. Please take a look at what's valuable, what's really, really, really valuable, and post it then. If someone posted an item and there's a lot of poop emojis, probably it's not a good item. So, please be aware. Last but not least, don't forget to enjoy the game, subscribe, and ciao.